Welcome to Backstage in Arizona. My name's Joel Samuel, and tonight we have a special guest performing on an instrument you've probably never seen before. Tonight we have with us Mike Kollwitz, and he's going to be playing the stick, and we're going to get into some conversation and some live performance. How you doing tonight, Mike?
Very good.
Who created the stick? Tell us about the creator.
The stick was invented by Emmett Chapman, who lives in Woodland Hills, California. Emmett Chapman, up until about 1973-74, was a jazz guitarist, and he played in the LA club scene. He was always looking for new ways to approach the guitar, and one day he suddenly came up with the idea of playing with both hands simultaneously. I understand that the technique came suddenly, and he built the stick around the technique to accommodate that.
How many strings does it have?
The standard instrument has 10 strings, and the one that I'll be playing has 5 bass strings that are played with the left hand and 5 melody strings that are played with the right hand.
Now, you told me earlier that you didn't play any stringed instruments before you got involved with the stick.
Well, I had an old box guitar in the closet, and well, I knew my 3-4 chords, but on a good day I was a mediocre guitar player.
So how did you first see it, and when did you first know that that was the instrument that you wanted to proceed with?
The first time I saw it, I watched a concert at a local college that Emmett performed, and he had just invented the instrument within the last year or so. I happened to be sitting in the very front row, and as I watched this man play that instrument, my mouth just dropped open. I said, "Oh my God." I was astounded by the possibilities of the instrument, and his performance made such an impact on me that at that moment I decided I had to have one.
And what happened? I mean, did you go up to him and start talking to him, or was he accessible?
Yes, he was. I had actually written to him in advance. I had heard about the instrument and sent away for a brochure, and at that time there wasn't really any brochures per se. It was just a bunch of Xerox copies of articles that had been written. After the show, he motioned to me, and we went out back and talked, and we connected right then and have been good friends ever since.
How many of it has he made so far?
Well, presently, to the best of my knowledge, there's a little over 3,000 of these instruments in the world. That's it. Emmett Chapman holds all the patents throughout the world, and he's the sole manufacturer of the instrument.
And about how much one of these costs?
No, typically one of the standard instruments costs about $1,000.
What style of music are you working towards bringing out? It's, to me, it personally sounds, well, I'll let the audience be the judge of that, but it sounds like a Joe Satriani with a little jazz and even a little bit of new age.
I don't like to be boxed into just one style. I think that the stick is just about limitless for the possibilities, and it's such a new instrument. It's, I think I'm pioneering new ground. I aspire towards styles like jazz, rock, blues. Those are the things that interest me because of the stick is such a personal instrument. The way it's played, there's so much feeling that goes into it. I find that I try to explore a lot of different styles.
Now, you play solo a lot, but do you have any future thoughts about playing with a band, a full band?
No, not really. I find that I work better solo or in duo with drums. Sometimes I like to add a third melodic instrument. I seem to get along real well with woodwind players, saxophones, flutes, things of that nature. I stay away from keyboards and guitars. We seem to clash quite a bit. And as far as working with a full band, what I'd much rather do is produce a solo effort and really take a lot of time and care into making a really excellent recording.
Well, what do you see as far as your future is concerned?
Well, I see myself playing the stick all over the world. The stick, in my opinion, is, well, it's one of the most incredible instruments out there, but it's so underrated and nobody even knows about it. Up to this point, there have been only a handful of truly proficient players around the world, and there just isn't much in the way of commercial releases or people that are actually playing on the stick and utilizing it to its fullest.
Do you see something like a label like Windham Hill picking you up, or what type of label would you be looking?
Sony. There's a lot of different types of labels. I imagine it would depend on the type of music that's played. I'm looking to approach a lot of different ones.
Well, let's take a look at some of Mike Kollwitz live here in the studio on Backstage in Arizona. Was great, Mike. I predict some great things for you. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Quite welcome. Thank you, Joel.
And we'll be keeping tabs on you to see how you progress and what happens in your career. And if we can do anything more to help you, we'd sure love to do that.
I appreciate it.
You've been watching Backstage in Arizona. I hope you enjoyed the show. Keep watching. Tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best advertising. We're going to be showing you all kinds of great entertainment in the future. Until next time, my name's Joel Samuel, and we'll see you on the very next edition of Backstage in Arizona.